If you think there's nothing to do in Newcastle and Lawrence County, then think again. Always stay connected to NCTV45 to receive the information on events going on in and around the area on a daily basis. Programs to view are Newswatch, The Morning Show, and Community Happenings. NCTV45 takes pride in bringing you the event and organization info that you want. NCTV45 is the #1 media source locally. NCTV45, anytime on your time. Broadcasting from the greatest castle in the world, in the county of Lawrence, NCTV45. NCTV45 Newcastle, The Train. Everyone's talking about NCTV45. Internet television the way you want it. Your #1 media source serving Newcastle, Lawrence County, and globally. NCTV45.
Today's program furnished by funding from Bill's Bake Shop, where smiles are everywhere.
If you're craving hot dogs and more, and you're in the area, then look no farther than Coney Island, downtown Newcastle on Kennedy Square.
When you have legal issues, Paula Chilella, Attorney at Law, 113 North Mercer Street, Newcastle.
Entrusting your loved one to a funeral director is a very personal and emotional decision. The funeral director you choose must understand the importance of the decision you have made. When you call the William and Roger DeCarbo Funeral Home, I recognize what a privilege it is to be chosen at your time of need. We will provide you and your family with the best service possible, with sincerity and compassion.
The William and Roger DeCarbo Funeral Home, family owned and operated since 1941.
Broadcasting from the greatest castle in the world, in the county of Lawrence, NCTV45. NCTV45 Newcastle, The Train.
Good morning, Newcastle, and happy January 4th. And, well, a lot of things to talk about today as the Georgia election taking place. We've kind of uncovered something here at NCTV45. And we have a call into the governor's office. During this pandemic, there's been quite a few irregularities. We're going to talk about those. 33 degrees outside, and the salt trucks were out, just making sure that, roads were treated. I caution you, because there could be black ice out and around, and we wouldn't want anything to happen there. So make sure you use the proper precaution this morning as you get out and go about your way. Now, let's talk about as I refer to him, the governor of Philadelphia. The Eagles lost last night, and there's a loser in every bunch. And this guy, 8 o'clock today, businesses open up as the restrictions have been lifted. Now, what we have uncovered is, and I'm going to put it out to you as we go through. I think one of the last things that we had talked about was the dog tags. And we had gotten press releases from the governor's office for next to ever that I can recall. Well, as Harry Truman says, if it's too hot, get out of the kitchen. Now, right before Christmas, we talked about the weather, and everybody had gone home for the Christmas holiday. Apparently, so did the governor's press office, as some things came up, and we went to his website. Now, on the 23rd, we told you about the farm show. Just to bring you up to date. And, what we won't do here is if something's happening in Lehigh or Philadelphia County and it doesn't involve us here in the West, I'm not going to waste your time. That being said, we covered what I consider questionable the 11 state insurance commissioners provide recommendations to President-elect Biden, and then we went over the Department of Health right before Christmas. We covered the release, and we talked of enforcement actions, 14th to 18th, and the fact that there was heavy weather. Now, what seems to have been amiss was the Pennsylvania Department of Aging has joined with Slippery Rock University to launch a pilot program to offer students recreational therapy and behavior sciences programs in real-world experience to enrich the lives of students and older adults. We told you about the liquor enforcement, the 23rd, 733 compliance checks, 15 notices of violation. And Labor and Industry urged claimants to apply by December 25th, as that was a cutoff. Now, let me explain what that means. If you go on the PUA site or the unemployment site, in all their great wisdom, they've seemed to have shut down the whole thing so that people can't file claims. I was talking with somebody yesterday on this. The Pennsylvania Department of Health confirmed as of 12 a.m. on December 3rd the patients in, and then we had the weather. And I'm not trying to give you a history lesson here. I'm trying to tell you what went on with this guy's press office. All of a sudden, he must have sent him home. We have a call in to find out why this stuff wasn't being transmitted out. Parole office officials recognize education, barber and cosmetology library, and activities and religious staff. This was by the Department of Corrections. And then he did his dashboard monitoring. In between the 24th and the 28th, there were 454 compliance checks and 16 notices of violation. This coming up to what he had going on, and Monday the 28th, we received little to no information. People receiving, and this he put out, the Pennsylvanians receiving federal pandemic-related unemployment urged to apply for other state programs, as it seems that they just want to grow the government. Not saying that those people may not need it, but this is what was out there. Then he put out, and the illustrious paperboy, Chris Sonata, was logging on to the governor's website because he might have known that Governor Wolf gave vacation time to his media staff. As I was watching, and we have a setup right here, we have media that is out of Pittsburgh, and we were watching what they were putting on as they were watching us, and that's done throughout media. It rolled on. That on the 28th they were preparing for PUA. They still haven't gotten there yet. And as the year drew to a close, the Wolf administration urges Pennsylvanians to resolve to be ready for emergencies. That was just bizarre. He talked about restaurant enforcement between the 21st and the 27th. Okay. And the PA Farm Show. Create home butter sculptures. Now, let me take a break. And this is how the news, and I hope I'm educating you, this is how the news is cyclical. Every year there's the PA Farm Show. Takes place the 8th to the 11th, somewhere in there. Okay, and I'll give you the exact dates. This year it's going to be virtual. They went on with their health updates, as they do, and talked about the vaccine. Gave a big COVID update, and announced lifting limited mitigation on the 4th. That's today. Now, lifting that means restaurants are allowed to reopen at 8 o'clock this morning. These orders were put in place by the governor of Philadelphia on December 12th. He talked about the Vaccine Federal Pharmacy Partnership for Long-Term Care program and kicked off. And he basically closed the year out with some things in Northeast, North Central. The DEP announced $3.7 million in funding for water cleanup projects in the Northwest. Now, this was aimed at in Armstrong County, Butler, Crawford, Indiana, Jefferson, Venango, Elk, okay, and never basically came around to anything in Lawrence County. They also did it for Southwest Pennsylvania, and the counties mentioned there were Allegheny, Beaver, Cambria, Washington, Westmoreland. Again, nothing for Lawrence County. And this is important to bring you updated on this. Expiration on commercial driver's license. I believe we talked about that on the 31st. And they were extended till February 22nd, 2020. As he continued through, 600, they were checking about 700 for violation checks and getting about 16 since he ordered the lockdown, to give you some kind of idea of what was going on. And on the last day of 2020, he announced that there were about 6,000 patients hospitalized and about 1,200 in intensive care. So that became the information as we headed into the new year. Now, every year they do this sale of tree and shrub seedlings from the Game Commission, and once again, they didn't send out any press releases on it. The prices ranged from $7.50 to $9.50. And the order form is available at pgc.pa.gov for information and resources on this seedling sale. And they have prices as low as $5.50. So they had a seedling order forms on sale, will begin Monday, January 4th. So today they're starting their seedling sale, and I'm going to give you a website again. It is pgc.pa.gov if you're so inclined to order those seedlings. Now, in the East, Penn East pipeline permit application for phase one was issued, and the Department, DCNR, the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources, that's Cindy Dunn, tracked adjoining Presque Isle State Park. And I'll read this to you because a lot of people go to Erie. Today, the Department of Natural Resources, Cindy Adams Dunn, announced the acquisition of 18.45 acres of BAC Inc. property in Mill Creek Township, Erie County. The property adjoins the state park and a part of the Tom Ridge Environmental Center. The effort is over 20 years to acquire the BAC property were extraordinary. Acquisitions like this take a lot of hard work, dedication, and cooperation among many partners. To that end, the Department of supported and efforts for the lengthy Presque Isle is one of the most visited state parks, and this will help conserve the Scott Run corridor as well as enhance the visitor experience. So they acquired land up there. Now, it's interesting because as we moved forward, they just seemed to forget about doing any of this. He ordered the flags at half-staff for Governor Dick Thornburg. Governor Wolf shared condolences about Dick Thornburg, who passed away. And then we came to the weekend. The January 2nd, which was Saturday, 5,600 patients hospitalized, and again, rounding it up, 1,200 in intensive care. Now, what they haven't told you is the age of these people, and what we've been able to find out is there's cutoffs. Those over 75 are at a lot of risk. When you go 65 to 75, it depends on the pre-existing conditions. And as they get younger, they've been fending this off with this COVID. Now, he did order flags at half-staff for Mike Reese, who passed away. He was the congressman. And what seems to have gone on with our illustrious governor of Philadelphia, I might add the Eagles lost, is he made the decision without telling anybody to put everything online. So in a time, and let's give you kind of a straight up thing on this. Usually what happens is, and this goes for all media sources, generally after Thanksgiving you get probably about 2 weeks of news. Takes you to around the 15th to the 20th, and then nothing seems to come out of the state and the federal government. They just started the 117th Congress yesterday. Now, the question then becomes, should public officials, like the governor of Philadelphia, and Chris Sonata, the paperboy, should they be asked to disseminate information rather than controlling their own narrative? You know, in the Soviet Union, the government controls the media. In China, the government controls the media. Are they trying to control the media rather than releasing the information? You have to ask the question. It's a fair question, and our call into the governor's office, we're going to ask that very question this morning. Birthday wishes. Chris Kane, Fish Rankin, Dawnetta Andrews, Adriana Lombardo, Jenny, Cindy Morrison, Scott Bruckner, and Christopher Costa. Brenda Kossel, and she is, and I would like to thank her. She was responsible for the Holy Spirit concerts that we had during Christmas. Nina Castellandrew, Sharice Riley, Michael DeCivio, Aaron, Monaco, and Justin and Polini. The birthdays continue on, and they stacked up. And Jean Ann Lynn, I'd like to say good morning to you. Lori Williams, Patty Slavik, Billy Joe Marshall, Nikki Quimby, Lisa D. Thomas, Dave Somerville, Johnny Campbell, and Leroy Hannon. And there's a few: Michael Graham, Joe Smith, Robert Lyles, Angie Augustine, Matt Kayaza, Joe Grimm, and Derek Marmo, Jesse Croach, Mark Pinella, Ruth Melchek, Alexa McConaughey, Stella Bartolo, Larry Sneezik, and Marcus Thurman. Happy birthday to all, and get that second piece of birthday cake and really have a great one. Now, this seems to be the flavor of the day. The Lawrence County Regional Chamber of Commerce issues their PA Unites Against COVID, and in-person dining and alcohol sales. Indoor dining is permitted at 25 or 50% for self-certified restaurants. On-site alcohol sales are permitted through 11 p.m., which, if you drink something after 11, do you have a greater chance of getting COVID? Self-certifying restaurants can increase indoor capacity from 25 to 50%. This is at 8 o'clock today. 8:01. Gatherings and travel, they talk about in-person businesses, 75% of capacity for retail. And so at 8:01, you can go out and get something to eat. But at 7:59, you could get COVID. There's no science involved, folks. We're not doubting COVID is a serious issue. These mitigation It makes no sense. And here, and we covered this, so I'm not going to cover it again, on the situation with in-hospital and those type of things going on. Now, when we get back, we're going to talk about the unemployment compensation issues and those things that are directly affecting a lot of people. Steelers lost yesterday, and I got to tell you, I feel the NFL saved a little bit of face because they almost had a team that was 5-10 get in the playoffs in the way of the New York Giants. I don't know when you have a losing record when you deserve to be in the playoffs. You know, out of 15 games, you lost 70%, you won 30% of your games. Wow. Let's go to sports. We'll be right back.
Buongiorno! Yes, it's two fat guys in an oven with their great Italian pastries, bread, pizzelles, pizza, sandwiches, everything you could imagine at two fat guys in an oven. They're great for lunch, great for take home, and great for any time. You just want to get away and get something to eat, get that cup of coffee, and that great treat. Two fat guys in an oven, give them a try. Right. These fine businesses provided funding for this program. Gatherings, Town and Country, and On Target.
The Cedars Restaurant in Newcastle wants you to indulge in the food from their pleasing menu. The Cedars features Mediterranean, pub food, Middle Eastern cuisine, and so much more. They're open every day 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Call the Cedars on the east side at 827 Addis Street, Newcastle. 724-658-9543. That's 724-658-9543.
Hello and welcome to the Cedars Sports Corner, and let's get right to it. Well, Carlow College, once an all-girls school, now co-ed. They'll travel to Youngstown State at 6 o'clock to take on the Penguins. That on ESPN3. Now, 2 o'clock game, ESPN Plus, Boston University takes on Holy Cross. As you move throughout the day, 8 o'clock, Big Ten Network, Maryland at Indiana. Number 9, West Virginia. Let's go Mountaineers. They're traveling to Oklahoma State. And that interesting matchup, and Mountaineers ranked number 9. So best of luck to them. Now, as you move over to the football, NFL all done with their Monday Night Football, and if you're looking for the Pittsburgh Penguins, they're not going to start till January 13th. So let's get into the NBA, and the NBA kind of one of those areas where they have a lot of issues. Cleveland will be at Orlando. That a 7 o'clock start. Charlotte will travel to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers. Now, your late game, why, that's going to feature Sacramento at Golden State. 7:30, you have Boston at the Toronto Raptors. So, A lot of great sports. Head over to Cedars, get some great food, and enjoy the games. We're going to take this time out. We'll be right back after these messages.
This program furnished by Sporting Goods, 23 East Washington Street, Newcastle. Call 724-658-2535.
Hi friends, I'm Gary West, and whether you find Augustine's Pizza at your local grocery store, well, the folks at Augustine's Pizza hope that their pizza is always your first choice for any and all occasions.
Allie's Upper Crust at 1700 Highland Avenue has a full menu: pizza, roll-ups, salad, soup, sandwiches, strombolis, dinners. They are just great for dine-in or take-out. Don't forget to give them a call at 724-652-7553. It's Allie's Upper Crust. At Delicios. Look at this sandwich. This is lunch, and I didn't want to overdo it, but I had coleslaw before. This sandwich, absolutely excellent. Cajun chicken, but their menu is so huge, and I'm going to show you all your friends that you knew from the old place. They're all here, so make sure you stop. They're open from 7 to 9. It's Delicios in downtown Newcastle.
Hi, welcome back, and 33 degrees outside. And the first half of our program, we talked about the governor and maybe his press staff getting a little time off. Now it's time to talk about labor and industry, and this is a real great one. They passed the stimulus package, as you already know. So the stimulus checks went out, and then people on unemployment were supposed to get an extension. When you go to the unemployment or the pandemic unemployment assistance, here's what you get. On 12/27, the federal relief package was signed into law. The PA Department of Labor and Industry is reviewing the new unemployment provisions and awaiting guidance from the U.S. Department of Labor, outlining how the CARES Act program extensions must be implemented. The date of your initial application will determine the action you must take. Now, and this is from the state, if you open the new PUA claim prior to 12/27, do not take action at this time. The Department of Labor and Industry will let you know when you should resume filing for benefits. And filing for your benefit certifications. B, if you never had a PUA claim If you never had a PUA claim, okay, and you've opened a new one after 12/27 or later, you may complete the application and must begin filing for your benefits. No payments will be released until the department receives guidance and full implementation. So, what they're telling you basically is nobody is going to get anything until they receive their guidance. That's a heck of a no for people that aren't receiving pay from a government entity. State, federal, local. Those people impacted by this, which they shut down small businesses and restaurants, are in very difficult straits because they're taking their good old time. Isn't that nice? Remember, LIHEAP, Low Income Energy Assistance, is in effect. You can go to compass.state.pa.us or the County Assistance Office. Vote for River of the Year. The Shenango is up. Go to the state website, type in River of the Year, and they will register your vote, and hopefully we win. I haven't got the chance, but with the restaurants open at 8:01, Cousins Bookstore, which was a pop-up bookstore inside the Bill Sandwich Shop, on Wilmington Road, they probably will be open today. So check them out. Tell them that Nctv45 sent you. Now, for those that were wondering, last month you did it. You told a friend and had a friend tell a friend about Nctv45. Up 87%. Yeah. Isn't that fantastic? As we've had more and more people signing up to watch Nctv45, and I thank you. It's tremendous. I really appreciate it, and I'm flattered. Now, time to look at the weather. 33 degrees outside, and we're going to have these days where you're going to get some cloud cover, few peaks of sun, but it's going to be around 38 degrees all the time. Currently, 92% humidity, winds from the southwest at 3. No barometric pressure reading, dew point 31, visibility 10. And as I was watching in the corner these other stations, they started with visibility, and we've been giving it to you all the time. Let's go to Lawrence County 45 weather and find out what your day's going to be like. We'll be right back.
My name is Brittany. I have suffered with depression for 15 years.
My name is Sam, and I've been experiencing depression for over 12 years. This is the first place I will always recommend for somebody to come if they're suffering from depression or anxiety or any kind of problem like that.
Easy Clean Car and Van Wash, where your clean wash is our goal.
Run it again at Lindy's Lunch. Run it again with hot dogs, fries, burgers, and much more. For the 2-point conversion, try those daily specials. Run right in and you won't only guard the score at Lindy's Lunch. Before the game, just right for lunch, or anytime. It's Lindy's Lunch. 2402 Wilmington Road, Newcastle.
The Crane Room is a restaurant. The Crane Room is a bar. The Crane Room is a banquet facility. The restaurant will please you time after time with their diverse menu. Ask about their daily specials. See the menu at craneroom.com. The bar gives you an abundance of choices with 35 beers on tap and always changing. Their banquet services are always to perfection. The Crane Room, located at 3009 Wilmington Road in Neshannock Township. Call 724-656-1553.
BSB. Big Shot Bobs are the wings for me. 50 flavors, make it right, you see. BSB has sandwiches you have to try. Stop in and you'll know why. Every day of the week you see. Call or stop in to BSB. Big Shot Bobs will be your favorite place, just like me.
Hello and welcome to Lawrence County 45 weather after last night's cloudy low of 32. And, some people might have seen some precip, not everybody. How is your day looking as you start off the week? They still haven't worked with that local radar yet, but here you go. Clouds moving off the coast, clearing behind it. That's some good news. And let's take a look at your forecast. Last night, cloudy and 32. Your Monday, mostly cloudy, 38. You're going to see some peaks of sun. That's the good news. Now, as you get to Monday night, mostly cloudy, a low of 30. And that sets you up for Tuesday. Now, your Tuesday, cloudy, 39. Slight chance of precip, but I think you get away. Actually, kind of okay. And then Tuesday night, mostly cloudy and 30. And nothing's really changed as you see. You get to Wednesday, mostly cloudy, going to get some peaks of sun. Wednesday night, mostly cloudy, a low of 28. And that is the way through the whole week. As you get to Thursday, mostly cloudy, 38. Thursday night, mostly cloudy, a low of 28. Your Friday, mostly cloudy, peaks of sun, 38. Friday night, mostly cloudy, a low of 26. And your Saturday, partly sunny with a high of 36. So as you see, basically the high 38, the low 30 as you go through the week. Not too bad. Get a few peaks of sun out there, and that's kind of good. Now, this was Lawrence County 45 weather. We're going to take this break and hear from these great sponsors, and we'll be right back. Elham's for one great dining experience. Hello, friends, and it's Los Amigos. Let me tell you what, great food. Whether you get the chimichangas, enchiladas, tacos, whatever you get, you're going to love them. The nice, friendly atmosphere. Stop by. Tell them NCTV45 sent you. It's Los Amigos sponsoring this program. Peppers, mouth-watering fruit, fine dressings, apples, meats. This place looks so familiar. Everyone in Newcastle has to know about it. Yes, it reminds you of when you were growing up, right in downtown Newcastle. Look at those fine lunch meats and ethnic foods. Yes, it's Joseph's. Today's programming is brought to you by NCTV45 and NC Radio 450, Newcastle's community television station.
This program sponsored by Lombardo's Apothecary, located at 1230 South Mill Street on the south side of Newcastle.
At our law firm, we see you. Come see us at lgkg.com.
Special thanks going out to Town Mall Pizza for sponsorship of this program, located in the Cascade Galleria, Newcastle.
There's more than meets the eye. You gotta give them a Newcastle a try. The right small town for living. Look around.
Well, that's going to do it here for NCTV 45. And be ever vigilant, my friend, on a lot of things that are going on. Today, you just have to. 87%. I thank you so much for your kind viewership. And make sure you tell a friend and have a friend tell a friend about NCTV 45. They'll be glad you did. And when they say, I don't watch a lot of TV, you tell them that NCTV 45 is available anytime on your time. He has a train that runs on your schedule. That's NCTV 45. Now, make sure that you get that second cup of coffee and have a super day in what I call the greatest castle in the world in the county of Lawrence. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you